What's up, guys? It's November 17th, 2024. Had a sideways day in the market, but we had some tradable legs. Pretty interesting day. I stayed flat, just watching the markets from the sideline. Daily chart, 15-minute chart. Ignore the EMAs and this gap up because I think it has to do with the contract rollover. This is the 5-minute chart, and this is yesterday's high, so we're trading around the 13th high, and then we look here, the 13th is right here. That's the 17th, which is today. So I think the daily chart and the 45-minute EMAs are just a little funky because of the contract rollover. So we're just going to look at the price action. 15-minute chart, gap down, first pullback, second leg, 1, 2, 3. This looks like it's trying to get its own second leg, but if we take a look at the ETH chart, that was the last leg lower. So trend, pullback, trend line break, second leg, pullback, third leg down. 2 seconds. Then we have a steep trend line break, sideways price action, and we get that double bottom final leg later in the day, and then we rally. That's the daily chart, all gold. Okay, so here's the gap down, and we already saw the first 2 legs of this gap down. Overnight session. Leg 1, pullback. Leg 2, where are we? Pullback. Here we have a sell-off, rally, expanding triangle, overnight session, breaks out, and the RTH session, and then the RTH session, 50% of these breakouts can reverse, and then that time we got a sharp reversal back to the top of the range, expanding triangle. So yeah, nonetheless, I think this leg was trying to get its own second leg. It was delayed. We're in a trading range, but it also does get 3 legs lower. So we have a gap down. Bar 1's a bear bar. Bar 2 starts to pull back. Bar 3 is 3 bull bars. Looks like it's trying to get its own second leg. Then we see bar 6, bear bar closing eyes low, and bar 7 follow through. Sucks bar 7 didn't necessarily close below this range low. That would have made it easier to trade. Would have made it easier to short if we were creating lows, but we know we have a gap down, then we have a micro channel, so the market's range bound. We have 2 micro channels against each other. Then look at the tail on bar 8. It's a trend line break. So leg 1, pull back, leg 2, pull back, leg 3, wedge bottom after 3 legs lower. So you see what I'm saying? How it starts to add up there. This is where the expanding triangle was. Breakout, rally. We're testing the high of that. We see this bar here. We can think limit order traders get trapped, and that's how gaps are made. So bears had limit orders set around these levels here. There's more bullish pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bull bars in a row. That's a lot of bullish pressure stacking below the EMA. This is not a characteristic of a bear trend, so keep that in mind if you're holding short around here. Definitely snap out of that one quickly. I didn't trade today, but I could see myself getting trapped. So yeah. 1 second, I'm gonna cough. So yeah, it's definitely, I can see how people got trapped here. Limit order traders kind of get short the EMA, first pullback, big gap down. It's trapped, that creates a gap. Bad follow through 21, but there's a gap right here. And then 22, 23 is the first pullback for this leg. Pullback leg 2, deeper pullback leg 3. We're trading at the range highs. We're just above bar 6's swing high. Yeah, and I got something stuck in my throat. Sorry guys, I keep muting the mic real quick. So leg 1 trying to get its own second leg. 22, 23, testing this bar here. You can have bulls can have limit order set at the breakout point and hit rallies 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That's what is that? 5 bull bars trying to get its own second leg. But again, we're at the high of a trading range. We've had a leg lower here. We have a gap down, so we had a deep pullback. Leg 1, pullback, leg 2, pullback, leg 3, wedge bottom. I think 36 is a good buy. You'd have to scalp out, obviously, or you turn red quickly. And yeah, at this point in time, I was just watching the markets and I thought we would vacuum up to the EMA, but it reversed trading range highs, 3 legs higher, and then it sells off. Excuse me. 38, 40, pullback, leg 1, pullback, leg 2, pullback, leg 3 into the low trading range. And then we go sideways, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Another expanding triangle bear flag. This leg was strong enough to get its own second leg, and then we start to sell off. I think this is the leg that everyone was hoping to trade today, so I hope you guys caught that leg. It came very late in the day, you know, from this 6 to 12, it came at bar 54 when it started. I think bar 54 is a good short. This leg gets a leg 1, pull back leg 2, pull back leg 3, pull back leg 4, and I'll just counting opposite bars. We could say bar 60 is an inside bar, and that's the only type of bar that's not breaking out. Leg 1, pull back leg 2, pull back leg 3, wedge bottom at trading range. Bulls that had limit order set here will buy more lower. And I was looking, if I was a bull and had a limit order set down here, look here. Let's say we do 1R for our stop loss since it's a small bar. The stop loss never actually got hit. So right there. Let's say you had a limit order set here and you were playing for a range, so you would get filled. Excuse me. You would get filled on bar 63. Maybe you get trapped and you buy a little more lower, and boom, you make a decent amount of points. 15 points in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. That's a lot. So I think the end of the day got a little more spicier. We got stuck in that range. Big down, big up. Micro channel against the micro channel is standard for sideways price action. So you got to think about that, because we have 2 legs that she has second leg. So the market's going to start fighting. We were below the 45-minute EMA. So the bears have the upper hand. It's a bear regime. It sells off. Leg 1, pull back, leg 2, pull back, leg 3, rally. Leg 1, 72, 73, 74, 75. Leg 1, pull back, leg 2, 77. Deep pull back into the EMA. So, one more second. I really don't know. I got something stuck in my throat. I'll have to drink some water later. Let's go over to the 1-to-1s. A lot of trades today. Gap down. I think, you know, this is a reasonable short around here because look at what it's testing. Where are we? It's testing this high. So let's say we were looking at this chart. These bears made 1R very quick, and now we're looking for that pullback into the range. And if you had a tight stop, you actually would not get hit, but you would get filled, and then you'd make a decent amount of money coming down. So let's just say you did that. You know, you're making 20 points off the open. That's a lot. That was 17, but you guys get what I'm saying. So there is a way to trade this leg, but if you're a stop order trader, that's okay too. You know, we read the price action and then we say, hey, bar 6 shot to get its own second leg, and you get 1.5R down here, and you just about get 2R. Yeah, you would get 2R right down here. So there's ways to trade that, and then we see 13, 14, 15. 15 starts to break a trend line. We go for 1R here, 3 bars. I don't think I wouldn't be buying this with this big gap down, but obviously it was a good buy that led to a very profitable trade. You could also get 2R out of that. This is where I think I would get trapped looking for a second leg of this bar. I would either buy the low here, or the high here, and I don't know if I would hit out or if I would hold to a break-even event. Nonetheless, this bar trying to get its own second leg. Limit order traders are making money in its trading range environment. 23 test 19's high. 1R is never met, so that already tells you if bulls cannot make 1R off this strong bar, something's wrong. Something very wrong with the bull case if you can't get 1R. Now look, bears also can't get 1R off strong closing bars, so that should tell you, like, yo, what's going on? Why is this 1R not happening? Another 4 bars that don't make 1R. Then we start to get a breakout of the range, and we can start to go for measured moves. When you really want to go for measured moves in trending environments, and you want to scalp in, I think 54 is a good sell. You want to go for measured move in trending environments. And in trading range environments, you want to go for scalps, and sometimes the scalp is 1 point, sometimes the scalp is 5 points. You have to look at the ATR and really judge it like that, because that's how you get to stay safe. You have to play to the market conditions. If you trade what you want, you're gonna end up like me and get smashed. So the market conditions for trading range is scalp, and you could scalp any of these bars and make a little bit of money. Any bar, you could buy this bear bar, scalp out. You could short this bear bar, scalp out. You could buy this bar, scalp out. So you really gotta have a scalping mentality in a trading range environment. And if you can't scalp, just wait for the breakout. When is it a scalping environment? When gaps are closing. Look, these gaps getting closed right here. Big down, big up. It's a trading range, and then we have gaps closing. That's 2 reasons to believe the context tells us trading range. And then we start to have gaps staying open by the end of the day here, so you can start to swing a little bit. Because I think the majority of us want to swing. I know I like to swing. I'm trying to teach myself to scalp, because you can scalp in a trading range, you can scalp in a trend, but you can only swing in a trend. You can only swing in a trend, and you can't swing in a trading range. So and it is very possible to scalp the swing targets, but that's a little bit ahead of my time right now, but that is something that I've been studying, working towards. Hope you guys had a good one. Hope you guys are staying warm this winter and drinking lots of wine and coffee and hot chocolate. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm looking forward to trading again, maybe by Friday or Monday. Happy holidays, guys. Keep studying. Ask me questions. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Thank you again. Bye.